Good evening. Welcome to C&T Collectibles. I'm C.
I'm T.
And tonight we're going to look at our top 5 shortstops for the 2021 season. As always, the projections come from Fangraphs. The analysis is our own, and we promise at the end of the season the final 5 is not going to look like our list for the most part. It could.
We do promise that they will, but we don't know that for sure.
Well, yeah, that's the whole point of promising. Like, that's going to happen. So I promise that's probably going to look different. But we're going to give it our best shot here.
Well, I promise that I want these. And no doubt about that middle one. He might make it.
He might. Yeah, Tatis might make the list somewhere. I don't know. Who knows? But we're going to start off with Trey Turner, who cracks the top 5 after big 2020. But can he keep up the momentum? An insane 158 weighted runs created was fueled by a 394 on base percentage and a 131 run pace that will be hard to repeat. But I'll always favor players with K rates below 20%, which Trey has done every year after his rookie season since 2015. A BABIP of 353 was his highest since 2016, and his average rose to a commensurate level. The following year saw his average drop to 284, a level it bounced around in until the shortened 2020 season. Soft, medium, and hard contact rates didn't change too much from 2019. He's always been very effective at hitting pitches in the zone. Trey will continue to have a high value, should get on base 35% of the time, and swipe around 40 bags.
At number 4 is Trevor Story. The last 3 seasons has seen Story really mature as a hitter. He's always been able to knock the ball out of the park, but his first 2 seasons, the homers came as a cost of K rate in the 30% range, which also depressed his batting average. The last 3 seasons have seen Story develop a better overall play presence.
Think like Christmas. Presents. But spelled different.
I love presents.
Presents are great.
Connecting with more pitches in the zone as the Ks have shrunk to the mid-20s, which isn't elite. But for a player who hits 35 bombs per season, it's more than a fair to the mid-20s.
Trade-off.
Throw in a batting average. Oh.
Batting average. Just the average that they hit. You know how that works, right?
Yeah, I know.
I'm just making fun of you.
I just didn't get the grammar.
Oh, it's okay.
Throw in a batting average that has hovered around 290, and Story has become a pretty special player. For whatever reason, he's never had a season with over 130 weighted runs created. And with Nolan Arenado leaving, this might not be our year to crack that elite mark. Still, nothing screams regression, and it's hard not to have him ranked higher.
It is hard not to have him ranked higher. He's been really terrific over the last 3 years.
He's basically the Nolan Arenado for this team right now.
He is now, yeah, and this will be his last year as a Rocky. He's getting traded, so it'll be interesting to see where he goes and if he can keep it up.
The Rockies really have trouble then.
They're going to be in trouble. They are not a well-run organization, but a well-run organization that is well-run are the Mets. They've done some pretty nice things here. So number 3 is Mr. Smile himself.
The Mets help.
Yeah, exactly. They got him. They're smart. So just 27-year-olds. He could be hitting his prime. Could he be hitting his prime in New York? A career 30 home run guy who carries a 15% walk rate or K rate and walks 10% of the time is elite. 2020 was an off year with just a 102 weighted runs created and the lowest average of his career. That can be pinned to the lowest contact rate in the zone of his career as well. Honestly, his August was fantastic and he was off the next 25 games. So for now, we can just chalk up a subpar 2020 to slumping at the wrong time. He traded both some hard contact and soft contact for line drives and dropped his barrel rate to the lowest in 4 years, but moving to the Mets' improved offense could give him a lift back to the old Lindor. He does most of his damage on fastballs and sinkers, and he probably sees more of both with players like Dom Smith and Michael Conforto batting behind him.
Now let's take a look at a few guys to watch out for this year. Look up underrated in the dictionary, and there should be a picture of Xander Bogaerts carrying a 130-plus weighted runs created in each of the last 3 years. Xander has been an elite player at the position. 2019 saw him crack the 30 home run barrier, and he was on that pace again in 2020. At 28, he's really adding pieces to much a game. A player with career sub 20% K rate who now hits 290 with 30 home runs and 100 RBI. I pretty much expect Xander to make me look bad for excluding him from the top 5.
Yeah, I can't believe you excluded him from the top 5. I would have done it, but I think he's going to make you bad for excluding him. So That's all on you. No way around it. Gleyber Torres had an awful 2020 season. A 243 average with 16 ribbies and 3 home runs in the equivalent of a quarter of a season is brutal. But under the hood, he walked more, struck out less, and maintained a low rate of soft contact. His fly ball rate hovered around 40%, but just 7 of balls hit in the air left the yard. He chased fewer balls outside of the zone, and with the Orioles back on the menu, look for Gleyber to approach 30 home runs again.
And just so you know, ribbies stand for RBI.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure what that was. Thanks.
In half a Major League season, Boba Shet has hit over 300 with a 134 rated runs created. It might be premature to put him in the top 5 of all shortstop right now, but as he gets more comfortable with the league and the medium contact turns into hard contact behind a very solid 10% barrel rate, it won't be long before we just pencil him into the top 5 every year. I
think so, for a long time.
But
all right.
What if it doesn't happen?
What if it does? Then we look smart. If it doesn't, then we pretend this never happened. Okay. We just delete the video. Number 2 is World Series hero Corey Seager, who is continuing his toward 2020 pace this spring. Sure, 2020 was a great season, but he's been terrific every year since he broke into the league in 2015. Even when he was hurt in 2018 and only played 26 games, he was still good for an above-average 106 WRC+. He strikes out roughly 18% of the time, walks nearly 10%, registers over 40% of balls as hard hit, and if he maintains his 21% home run to fly ball ratio, he's now a 30 home run guy as well. 2020's barrel rate of 15% is double his career average. 55% of hard hit balls was a career high, and the aforementioned 21% home run to fly ball rate is 5 points above his average. But even if there is regression, we're still looking at a 300 hitter who should pad the heck out of his stats in the Dodger lineup.
It's time. In just under a full season, Fernando Taftis has staked his claim as the best shortstop in baseball. Maybe. 301, 98, 39 over 143 is not gonna say it. Let's say fish-like. A 150 weighted runs created is hard to maintain over multiple seasons, but Tatis has done it with a 4.10 BABIP, 317 average, and striking out 30% of the time, and also with a 306 BABIP, 277 average, and king 23% of the bats. The OBP.
Yeah, you know me, on base percentage. You know that one.
Oh, yeah. Has been consistent in the 370 area. 30% of balls in the air leave the park, and 50% of his hits are hard. We don't know if and when he regresses, but this is generational stuff so far. And I like that part when it was like, over 143 is very, not going to say it. Okay, let's
not going to say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. It's very fish-like. Exactly. I don't know if there's a player. I don't know. There's a player that's really, really good that has the last name kind of like a fish. So, but what he's doing is... Well, yeah.
Tortoise? Is it close to a tortoise?
No, that would be Astudillo, but is there a player whose last name was also the name of a fish that would put up numbers like 340 and something like that? We can't say that name yet. So Tatis hurt his shoulder, so that could.
If we do a center
well, we'll do outfielders next week.
Okay, then we're totally gonna hear.
Do like the top 10. I think you might see him. See him on that. You might see him on that list.
Might?
Yeah. But yeah, Tatis. So it's early, but what he's done so far, it's like he just kind of keeps that going. But the whole point of it is he has a high average or a low average. He's still getting on base like 37% of the time, which is going to make him a very, very, very valuable player. If he just quits making awkward throws and holding his shoulder, I think we'll be all right.
And when are we going to do DH?
You just want Nelson Cruz on there. I don't blame you. I'm sorry I couldn't get Andrelton Simmons on this list for you. But all right, we've taken enough of the good people's time.
Could have been an honorable mention.
We'll do our top 10 twins. How about?
Okay, then.
All right. Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.